Friends, I'm back. Welcome back to the Brave New Wear Show. My name's Christian. Spring and summer. They're objectively the better seasons to live in. But for fashion, they're challenging. The fact of the matter is, the warmer it gets, the less layers you can wear, the less garments you can apply to your fit equation. Heat is the reason why I don't think I could ever live in LA. You can't really wear coats, and people say that it's like a dry heat so you can get away with anything, but then I just look like a jerk. Needless to say, it's starting to heat up, and with the spring and summer, I think if you're anything like me, you struggle to really get a fit off. And it's a subject that I've returned to multiple times on the channel, but I want to come back to it again. This is essentially my guide to fortifying your wardrobe for the spring and the summer. It's gonna be tough to look cool all year round, but these are the things that I'm gonna focus on for my wardrobe, the things that I might consider picking up. And if you're like, you got half a brain cell, you will follow my lead. This video was made possible, again, by GVM. They wanted to send me another light, and I was thrilled, because this time they sent me their lantern cob light. I'll talk a little bit about it at the end of the video. If you take pictures, you take videos, you're an aspiring photographer, you're definitely gonna wanna hear about this. Stay tuned. Number 1, accessories. I think I've said this before, but it's kind of a no-brainer. You can wear things like rings, necklaces, watches, accessories, especially jewelry, basically all year round. And when all you're wearing is a t-shirt and shorts, your accessories might be the hottest piece of your wardrobe. And I think now is a good time to consider actually investing in them. Naturally, jewelry like sterling silver or even fine jewelry is an investment. It's an investment piece. And you know, sometimes we're like, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money. Think of it this way. An accessory you can wear every day. It's gonna elevate your looks. It's even gonna elevate your trash looks, like when you're so hot and sweaty and you can't wear anything. I think that there is opportunities to find nice jewelry for under $100. I mean, we're talking about fashion jewelry, costume jewelry mostly. But as I've suggested in the past, if you go on Pinterest, there are a lot of people outside of the US who sell sterling silver like rings for very cheap. Next on the list, what do we got here? Is it Gucci? No, you idiot. It's Celine. That was the old bait and switch. Sunglasses. Now, I get it, it's obvious. It's gonna be sunnier and you wanna wear sunglasses on your face. Similar to like jewelry, sunglasses can be an accessory that you sometimes invest a lot in. And truth be told, there are plenty of times where I wear a pair of sunglasses that are like $10, $20. These though are my Phoebe Philo Celine sunglasses. They're like my one nice pair. Maybe I'll pick up another. And with sunglasses, I think most of the time you're gonna hear the advice about like picking them based on your face shape. I don't know much about face shapes, but I'll give you this advice instead. Try to pick sunglasses based on your outfits, based on how you think you're gonna be wearing them. Like with these Celine ones, they're pretty big and they're orange, but this kind of like accent color, I can integrate into my looks pretty frequently. I sometimes use orange as an accent color. And that was like what I was thinking about when I picked these up, was not so much is my face right, but am I going to be able to pair them in a way that I think is dope and cool and rad? The answer has been, of course. Next, maybe it's time to think about your t-shirts. I love t-shirts, I talk about them every year. And while finding the right t-shirt can be a lifelong mission, I think spring and summer is a good time to kind of look at your basics, your t-shirts that aren't like graphic or designed in a certain way, and start to upgrade them. You know, Rick and his whole deal, you think dark shadow, bad for the summer, but Rick has a lot of t-shirts and t-shirt looks. So if you're thinking about dipping your toe into the Rick zone, buying something like the double layer t-shirts or any of those droopy tops, like even off of Grailed, maybe now's the time to invest that $100. I mean, I think $100 is probably like a good deal for a Rick t-shirt. The thing I'll say about them is like, Rick does, the pieces are elegantly made, they're beautiful. But often with like the t-shirts, there is a focus on the kind of flow, feel, texture of the material over durability. Often, if you are looking for like secondhand Rick or like Julius or any similar, you can find them in good quality, but the materials usually are the type where it's luxurious and it's not gonna last forever and they can have holes or pilling or whatever. Next, you gotta have a short sleeve shirt. You guys have seen this one on me before. It's my OAMC shirt. I like it because of its structure and its boxiness. And one of the things I was thinking about in terms of shirts this year was like, maybe I just need to find the one really good, like camp collar, bowling, short sleeve shirt. And if you've got the wallet for it, consider like maybe up to $300. Sounds crazy, but for me in the summertime, it's like I have no options. My choices are limited. I'm gonna be wearing a t-shirt or a shirt like this. And if my OAMC shirt is any evidence, a really nice one you're gonna be holding on to. And it helps to have like, you know, that piece you're really excited about. That piece you can wear every week and you're like, there he is. So that's like my technique, at least for this summer. I'm keeping my eyes kind of peeled for like a really great short sleeve club collar-esque shirt. Usually Acne releases similar ones. I actually sold a short sleeve Acne shirt this last year, but I've been looking at that. There's like a Jacquemus one on Grailed. Maybe I'll pick that up. I was actually looking at this, like, what do you call it? What is the name of the brand? The Tyler Creators brand. Like, I immediately was like, this is kind of cool and kind of punk. But the more I think about it, it's like, that just looks like I'm doing like a Tyler, the Creator cosplay. And Caroline, my girlfriend, said that nobody's gonna think you look like Tyler, the Creator because we look a little different, but it's like I'm cosplaying as him. I'm on the fence about that one. Next, think about your footwear. Now, there's gonna come a point where, frankly, dude, you just can't wear pants. It's gonna be the heat of summer. You can't wear those same jeans. You're gonna have to wear your, you know, Patagonia baggies. And I think when we're like talking t-shirt, shorts, attire, your footwear is even more important almost. So like for this, I think that maybe you should consider picking up a new pair of sneakers or loafers. IMO, it's hard to pair shorts with, well, it's hard to pair them with high tops usually. It's hard, you look like an idiot if you're pairing them with boots usually. I'll do it either way. And really, the kind of go-to are like the low tops like sneakers or loafers. I've got like my Doc Marten loafers. They're still kicking. And I do have a pair of 990s, but they're like the all black ones and I usually wear them for the gym really. So I might consider picking up a gray pair. Nobody's ever worn that before. So I'll be like a trendsetter for wearing a gray pair of 990s. But also I think loafers are like a cool, chic, classy type of shoe to wear with your shorts. I mean, really the chunky sole seems to be the way to go. But something that I've been considering as well is like you spend some time looking at resale stuff. Even if you find a pair of like Gucci loafers and you love the upper and it just looks like a great deal, but it's got, you know, like that slender leather outsole. This might sound outrageous. Bring it to a cobbler, buy a Vibram outsole, pop it on. that might be my move. If I see a nice pair of loafers, like with a great upper that is worth resoling, I could pick those up, get the Vibram outsole. This video was made possible again by GVM. When I originally reached out to them, there was one light that I truly wanted. And it is their lantern cob light. I mean, this is perfect. This light is so great. The shape of it, the capacity you have to control it, it is exactly what I want. And it's certainly gonna be my key light for the rest of my videos. The shape of the softbox, it's like a globe, and it really provides like great kind of all over lighting. I don't have an issue where it comes off, it's like too harsh, or it's like tricky to use. It's kind of idiot proof. Similar to the other GVM light that I looked at, you have full control of how bright it is and the color temperature. So you can like cue things up, because if you're depending on like the outside light, if you're depending on like a crappy light in your room, there's no way you're gonna get the white balance right. This light is just so great that half of the time I use it just as like a light in my room. Like I've said in the past, a video or like an image, photography, this all starts with the light. You're better off investing in your lights before your camera or anything else. I love this. GVM, thank you. Bless up. That's it from me. Was this a short video? I don't know, I have no perception. But gonna be trying to put out more content again. Just started a new job. Get off my back. They don't want to fire me yet, so I guess I'm working my charm. So just give me a chill pill as I try to recalibrate my time and my schedule. If you're a patron, I love you to death. And you guys are really the reason that I feel guiltiest about putting out content, because it's like you're paying me, and I'm like, But more content to come, because this is my real job. I'll see you guys later.